April the 12th, Friday, 2024, and 8 hours later, and I'm still not dreaming. I had to go back and check because I honestly thought this can't be right. Surfing through the internet, looking at some crypto stuff. Maybe you have or have not heard there is some SEC news in relation to certain decentralized exchanges, on top of other actions being taken place against other decentralized exchanges. Or anyway, not the point of this stream, not the main point. The main point I've just noticed is, how did I miss this? Back in, when was it? The date? March 20, 2024. So not that long ago, this article came out and basically saying Blackrock, you guys can see that, aims to launch tokenized investment fund, seeks SEC nod for BUIDL, B-U-I-D-L. Now, what is BUIDL? So, thanks to my trusty Microsoft Edge Copilot, basically, the fund name is called Blackrock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, BUIDL. Tokenization. BUIDL is issued on a public blockchain, making it a tokenized fund. It's like mind-blowing. Tokenization enables the issuance and trading of ownership on a blockchain. So they're actually going to use blockchain for its, an ideal situation. So imagine, you're trading these USDC tokens back and forth, but instead of it being a USDC token, it's a representation of something else, maybe like some ownership in some particular unit of a particular fund from fucking Blackrock. That's insane. And they're running it on Ethereum, and they're going to integrate it with USDC 24/7 interoperation. So the other day when I was, having a look at some Tesla shares and I was trying to sell them on a app, which was okay, it's fine. Their systems work okay. I still had to wait X amount of time to get my funds out, which was really annoying because I wanted to move it over into crypto. Now you'll be able to go to blockchain to, I'm guessing there's going to be on-ramps. That's going to be pretty easy to on-ramp. I mean, you can already do it now through Coinbase and things like that. On Ethereum, even though SEC is going after Ethereum apparently for whatever they're going to go after Ethereum for. Possibly even the Ethereum Foundation, and then possibly DEXs, which trade. Anyway, back to this. So you will be able to on-ramp direct into potentially a BlackRock fund. Is this what I'm understanding? I must be missing something because that doesn't quite sound right. So I'll keep going through. Now, the tokenization enables issuance and trading of ownership on a blockchain, expands investor access to on-chain offerings, which provides instantaneous and transparent settlement, allows for transparent across platforms. So I'm imagining maybe you have to log into some sort of BlackRock front end, gives you access to this particular tokenization, the BUIDL token. BUIDL aims to offer a stable value of $1 per token. Dude, that's crazy. It pays daily accrued dividends directly to its investors. What's this going to look like on chain? Are they going to basically mint their own new tokens? Or is it going to be like a staking reward? This is going to be very interesting to see. You're going to plug in your API for BlackRock into your crypto software. Okay. Or download the CSV file. Okay. That's crazy, man. Investment strategy. So I'll pause here, and I can't help but think people have, BlackRock have been watching the cryptocurrency space and going, that's not a bad idea. We could use this tech. And meanwhile, everyone in the crypto space has been like, have you been looking at this shit the whole time, what we've been trying to say? It's just crazy. I can't believe I'm getting excited about a BlackRock fund because they're integrating, they've built a token on Ethereum and they're going to integrate it with USDC, and you're going to be able to cash out through it and probably on-ramp through it. That's just mind-blowing. Where do I go with this? is this? But why do you need a CBDC at this point in time? People said before, it's basically this is it. I kind of agree because now the tech's already there. They're now integrating this with large funds. Funds are making use of the tech, which is amazing. The next step I'm thinking is why wouldn't they want to have a faster, cheaper chain, or make it interoperable on a faster, cheaper chain, or oh my god, imagine this is going to be an interesting one. Imagine there is another chain that exists and that there is a bridge and you can bridge, say, ERC20s. How is it going to work if you, for instance, have a really, really cool, cheap chain that you can trade these ERC20s on for cheaper fees? So maybe if, I have to understand this better, because if the token itself is like an ERC20, basically, I'm not sure it is, but if it was, then you could bridge it across and you could trade it on a faster, cheaper chain. And then once you're done trading it back and forth, you'd send it back. However, as I'm saying that, it does sound like you'd basically stake it and mint your own yield, possibly. Anyway, going back to this. Again, this is all unofficial manner, no affiliation with anything that I speak about, just crypto stuff. The crypto has come a long way since 2016, 17. I think Legacy is finally starting to catch up, and then I hope that I overtake. I really hope that I overtake. And co-opt. Aims to offer a stable value of dollar per token. It pays daily accrued dividends directly to investors, wallets as new tokens. They're going to have their own wallet. A wallet of some sort. This is going to be interesting. If anyone has this or this is out, please, if you can, you might want to not want to dox yourself, but I'm actually pretty interested in this thing, see how this works. Investment strategy. The fund invests 100% of its total assets in cash, US Treasury, bills, and repo agreements. Purchase agreements, sorry. Investors can earn yield while holding the token on the blockchain. It's the second certificate of deposit on the blockchain, potentially. Transferability. Investors can transfer the tokens 24/7, 365 to other pre-approved. Pre-approved. Okay. Transfer the tokens to other pre-approved. So maybe it's not, maybe, as I said before, you can't just sort of bridge it out into another chain and interact with it. However, you can do that with USDC and other stable coins on various chains. Custodian and transfer agent BNY Mellon services as the custodian of the fund's assets, while Securitize acts as the transfer agent of the tokenization platform. Ecosystem participants. Initial participants in the BUIDL ecosystem include, it goes on, Anchorage Digital Bank and a BitGo Coinbase at 5 blocks a month, among other market participants and infrastructure providers in the crypto industry. This move by Blackrock reflects the growing interest in the tokenization of real-world assets. I have to repeat that. This is not more tools. This is, I don't know if it's innovation. I think it is. It's different from what I thought cryptocurrency, where it was going to go. But, I don't know. Tokenization of real-world assets are here to stay. We'll put it that way. Now, where traditional finance products become more accessible through digitization, it makes sense. Like, you're not going to stifle innovation. But for BlackRock to roll this out, mind-blowing. Is it cryptocurrency? Technically it is. Is it tokenization? So, meanwhile, some people were working on pictures of monkeys. They could have been working on this. It's strange because they're not so different. Now, BUIDL provides institutional investors, okay, interesting, with an opportunity to participate in this innovative approach to asset management. Now, let's have a look here. So basically, I let the dust settle slightly, and I ended up at this particular article, as I was talking about before. SEC seeking nod, BlackRock from SEC seeking nod. This is the BUIDL fund on Ethereum. It actually is on Ethereum. So they're going to be hating the gas fees. Maybe have a look around some better cheaper chains. The globe's most substantial asset manager by assets under management, BlackRock has submitted a form for the SEC for the initiation of a tokenized investment fund. Additionally, the community has unearthed the development of a token named Blackrock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund, or BUIDL. BUIDL? Keep trying to say BUIDL, but it's BUIDL. On the Ethereum blockchain, BlackRock files for BUIDL tokenization fund with SEC. Okay. Leading investment management corporation in the US. Increasingly embracing digital assets. Just sort of skim reading here. So this is a company that introduced a spot Bitcoin ETF. They're now building on Ethereum, and they've also applied to launch an iShares Ethereum trust. So I can't help but think the next thing coming, not so related but kind of related, is maybe a Ethereum ETF. Maybe, just maybe, right? Call me crazy, but I think that's where the trend is heading. Which is absolutely bizarre, because we got BlackRock trying to pump my bags. Like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm speechless at this point. Now, pending US regulatory approval, the formal documentation for the SEC, known as Form D, was officially endorsed by BlackRock. So now we got. This is good for price go up, I would say, at least. What it means for the rest of what the SEC is doing, I'm not so sure, and what it means for DeFi, I'm not so sure. But I don't think this stuff is going anywhere. I think it's going to be developed and built upon, and it should be allowed to flourish, I think. I'm not so sure. That song, Don't Worry, Be Happy, comes to mind. Oh my god. Now, here we go. It says, Ether scan reveals the creation of a token dubbed BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Fund. The bottle, that's crazy. A single address is the holder of 100 tokens, BUIDL tokens, issued on March 4, 2024. Okay, so they control them, hold them. So they would have to be the ones, if they wanted to bridge out or try and find a cheaper chain or figure that stuff out themselves. But they're already using, the tech, which is good. And eventually, I think they're gonna discover some cheaper, faster stuff out there, which is a literal fork of it. Anyway, according to BlackRock's prospectus, the fund aggregates investments with a minimum entry of 100k. Oh, okay, 100k. Ooh, with a minimum entry of 100k required for participation. Fundamentally, the BlackRock ISC US dollar liquidity fund operates a short-term money market fund under the stewardship of its financial behemoth. So crypto bros with a lot of cash can now just be like, yeah, we'll just drop some money into the BlackRock fund, and it should be okay. The return would have to be pretty good. Doesn't say what it is yet. I think I saw. We'll have a look at that next, eh? Now, the investment focuses primarily on short duration securities, including commercial papers, typically of deposit floating note rates, with a significant portion of assets held in cash reserves. The approval from SEC is such. The issue remains a separate concern. The US Securities Watchdog has deeply involved in regulatory actions against numerous crypto entities. Just 2 weeks prior, the latest verdict on BlackRock spot Ethereum ETFs. A stance is maintained for similar applications. Again, so it also leads into the ETF application. So going back to here, BlackRock, this is the first, I think it was what I saw. It might have been Cointelegraph, I can't remember. But it was BlackRock tokenization, BUIDL. Now, to basically recap everything I covered before, we're going back over one more time. Convertible to USDC 24/7 via Circle integration. So this is, they sort of skipped over all of this and jumped straight to here. New smart contracts enable transparent CBUIDL shares transfers to USDC. So basically, to me, you're wrong, but from what I'm understanding, it sounds like, I guess if you qualify or are able to access this particular fund, you will be issued tokens which you own and control, and they will be tradable to other select participants also under the select criteria to be able to hold these in a particular wallet, and you'll be able to, as new interest is developed or minted. I'm not sure what it's going to look like on chain. I'm not even sure if you would have to do all this on chain yourself. It's going to be interesting. And then basically you can mint your own yield. And then if you wanted to, you could take that yield out in USDC at any time, which would be very convenient instead of having to wait. Although some payments are pretty quick these days, it will make things even quicker. And then you can move it around to whatever. Maybe you want to buy more crypto. Maybe you want to play in DeFi. Maybe you want to play on leverage trading. Maybe you want to play in equity markets. Maybe you want to go buy a property. I don't know. But apparently, this is going to be, it's becoming more mainstream, a lot more mainstream. Now, issue of Circle announced smart contract functionality allows holders of Blackrock USD institutional, I guess that's the key word here, institutional digital liquidity fund, minimum 100K US, I would imagine, to transfer their shares to Circle for USDC, because, I think it's like 1 for 1. As reported by Circle, this smart contract provides BUIDL investors with the instant 24/7 off-ramp. So off-ramp, not on-ramp. On-ramp would be a different process through Blackrock, I would be thinking. Now, leveraging the core benefits of tokenized assets, speed, transparency, and efficiency. Now, this is just crazy. Tokenization of real assets is rapidly emerging product category. Yes, it is. Tokenizing assets is but one important dimension of solving investor pain points. USDC enables investors to move out of tokenized assets at speed, lowering costs and removing friction. So instead of, I can imagine, if you had a fund trading on a platform and then you wanted to move it around through crypto, you would previously, I would imagine, sell those managed funds or equity or something, and then wait for the cash to land in your bank account, however that happens. And then you would then transfer that into something like cryptocurrency, which is relatively quick, but there would be that lag, maybe 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, depending on what takes place. And now it seems as if you had some of your money in a fund like this. It sounds like, to me, you'd be accruing, and then just as you need it, be able to move it extremely quick, because they figured out it's 24/7, 365, immutable. It should be immutable. And it's on Ethereum, which is amazing. And Ethereum ETF is probably coming up next. Why is that? Maybe I'm just a crazy conspiracy theorist. Anyway, BlackRock's BUIDL fund, officially named Blackrock. Okay, we know what that is. Represents a significant foray by the world's largest asset manager in the realm of blockchain digital assets. Launched in a partnership with Coinbase, BUIDL is a blockchain-based investment fund designed to offer US dollar yields through tokenization, making a notable step in integrating traditional finance, TradFi, CeFi, with blockchain technology. So they didn't build their own chain, they're just piggybacking on Ethereum. The fund leverages 100 million in USDC stablecoin transactions and is supported by a consortium of firms, including Anchorage Digital Bank, NA, BitGo, Fireblocks, and Coinbase. I think this is what I read before, basically pulled from Microsoft Edge AI, which is rapidly improving the way I search for things online, which is a funny world where we're going to. BlackRock launched the fund on March 19, is indicated in a regulatory filing with public announcement. March 20, stating the fund tokenized assets in the form of BUIDL token. The fund invests 100% of its assets in cash, US Treasury bills, repurchase agreements, making the first tokenized fund. That's crazy. Could we see more of this? Quite possibly. Maybe this is like the pilot. So it's just the basic, plain vanilla savings account whereby it happens to give you access to basically off-ramp into USDC is what I would call it, because other than that, I'm speechless. They're basically integrating old tech with blockchain tech, and then allowing you to off-ramp. I guess is what I'm saying here, because it says they use the assets, and so they're measuring their assets, and then they're putting that onto a token, and the token is representative of what they're seeing on their not on the blockchain, I guess you would say. But this is my personal take on it. Now, frictionless transfer of shares, BUIDL shares, for USDC on the secondary market. So that's kind of cool. You get your process of getting your BlackRock tokens, like literally tokens on Ethereum, and then if you want to sell it, so you transfer that 1-to-1. again, it's going to look very interesting on chain. You purchase goes through minimum 100k, and then you get some, because it's matched 1-for-1. The supply is increasing based on the interest return, and then you would be able to sell that portion if you wanted, and then you would be able to transfer that over into USDC. Then you'd be able to withdraw that. That's very interesting. Now, look, I'll wrap this one up pretty soon, but yeah, next thing, Blackrock launches. Yep, so we got this, basically the same thing again. They're citing Business Wire. I think we've covered most of it. There's a few other little things, but I tried to find if this is actually the fund, Blackrock, but I can't see anywhere where it actually mentions this. Now, so I'm not 100% sure on this one. Blackrock. Is that it there? Where is the name? Blackrock USD International. May or may not be that one. I can't confirm yet. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff, it's getting a little bit of coverage. I think that was the first one. Circle enables USD transfers for Blackrock's first tokenized fund. So they're first, and I would imagine it could be first of many, or it could just be, no. It's very interesting. I'm getting cold chills. It's also the kind of cold. Yeah, I might wrap it up here because I guess you can all go and do this yourself. It's just very fascinating. See this one here. Other people have broken this down. Yeah. So we have a flow chart. Money, capital, into Blackrock, into real world asset, and then you can off ramp into USDC basically, or you can hold that asset, and then accrue more of the asset, and then you can off ramp, mint your own, or get staking rewards. I'd assume potentially. It would be interesting to see what that looks like on chain. Now, again, this was pretty cool. This guy breaks it down very well. And I went to here. This is one thing I wanted to touch on just before I close. Now, the Bitcoin rebound. So they talk about, Uniswap's issues with the SEC, but for some reason they never seem. They mention Coinbase, they mention XRP, but they never mention Hex. They never mention Richard Hart for some reason. I'm not sure, or Hex, or Pulse Chain, or PulseX. I'm not sure why, but yet, I'm not sure it's a good thing to be talking about. However, why would you not talk about facts that are there? It's information. It's almost like they're censoring information. So yeah, very strange dealings there. Now, so if you want to have a look at that, I'll play it back through actually. Hopefully the audio comes through. Yeah, this should be okay now. So what I'm saying is, if you just listen to this here, not crypto. And it goes for 23 seconds. This is just getting very interesting.
Today, Bitcoin jumps as high as $71,000. Uniswap says the SEC is about to sue the DeFi platform, and Swan's Steven Lupka explains how spot Bitcoin ETFs and the upcoming halving are driving Bitcoin's price action.
Not just that. I think they talked about
Swan's Steven Lupka explains how spot Bitcoin ETFs and the upcoming halving are driving overnight. Ether rose slightly to the $3,500 level, and Solana jumped more than 3% to $173. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. DeFi platform Uniswap says it received a Wells notice from the SEC. In a blog post yesterday, Uniswap said the U.S. regulator had sent a letter warning of an impending lawsuit. A Wells notice gives the recipient of the letter a chance to respond and explain why legal action is unwarranted. That's called a Wells submission. Uniswap said in the post that its legal team was taking on the fight with the regulator, and in the meantime, all of its products would continue to be available. Uniswap said it doesn't operate an unregistered exchange and that
Now, I did see a tweet from the community which was very logical and relevant. They delisted some assets, some tickers from their decentralized exchange, like through their front end. So you can spin up your own, but like you run your own code and it will be there. It's fine. But they sort of blocked it out. They masked it. And, but yet now the same treatment is being bestowed upon them, yet they do not remove the uni ticker. You know, it's very strange. Like, why would, you know, that is just very strange. It's just one thing I'll point out.
Its token is not a security. It also pointed to the SEC's partial loss in court in its lawsuit against Ripple, along with its ongoing legal battle against Coinbase.
So they mentioned Ripple, they mentioned Coinbase
as evidence that the agency doesn't have jurisdiction over the platform. Now, we reached out to the SEC and the agency said it doesn't comment on the existence or non-existence of a possible.
No, it's just funny, like, why wouldn't they mention other, you know, like, why wouldn't they mention the whole Richard Hart or Hex, Pulse Chain or Pulse X thing? I'm just curious as to why CNBC felt they didn't want to talk about that. Like, just something I'm noticing. Again, just information I'm openly discussing here, not trying to censor anything. So hopefully, this helps someone. Hopefully, you all can see where cryptocurrency is going. I hope you can see the divide and conquer strategy is being put in place, whilst at the same time, SEC is going after Uniswap, quote unquote DeFi, and other DeFi code. They've suffered some partial losses, whilst at the same time, very large hedge funds such as Blackrock are actually attacking my stream. No, I'm kidding. Very large, you know, hedge funds approached. Seriously, can the alert stop now? Really, it's not going to stop. Why now? Curious, very curious. But yeah, so at the same time, whether it be coincidence, we have seen, you know, BlackRock file to the SEC for things like real world assets, and it's now actually, guessing it was approved, and we can now see BlackRock launching a tokenized asset on Ethereum, and they're going to then allow their users off-ramping into USDC, which is fascinating. You know, like whilst at the same time, it appears as if some aspects of cryptocurrency are being attacked by an agency for whatever reason. Large hedge funds are being given the green light to play with cryptocurrency, and it almost sounds like it sounds like they're trying to kill cryptocurrency whilst at the same time actively promoting it. Like, how is that logical? It's just interesting stuff to think about, I think. So in closing, I don't know what's going on. All I know is BlackRock now has this on Ethereum, real world tokenized assets. Maybe there's something to watch out for in the future. Because if that can be, you know, safely integrated with Ethereum, and you can off ramp onto USDC easily, it's unlikely L1s are going anywhere. It's unlikely stable coins like USDC are going anywhere as well. You know, I guess that's some points to notice. And I can't help but think this other witch hunt for whatever the SEC is trying to do, I question why. You know, why are the individuals doing that? Under what is their objective? To kill crypto while at the same time, you know, what is the objective here? All right, free speech signing out. Thank you for tuning in.